focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. A quick pass out to Juju. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Daniels. This pass finds McCaffrey going across the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now Daniels. And that's out to the flat for Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Daniels. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air goes Daniels. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here are the Jaguars now with a long field ahead. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Daniels. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. This is Swift on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Daniels. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Back to the running game with Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run on first down. Clay, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Jaguars at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. On first down, Clay, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
Cam Little for the Jaguars field goal. A 26-yard.
And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's caught by Sennett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. They go play action. Daniels. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Back to throw again. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel sub packages, don't they?
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run the option. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field.
You nailed it. Because, you know, coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now Lawrence to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's now 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That's the 3rd time on this. These two connected with the. Got a real. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here's Lawrence. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Lawrence. Touchdown! Brian Thomas. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Until that late score here in the 2nd quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach? I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A final shot before break. Daniels will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hour message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, Bigsby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Another run by Bigsby. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Lawrence will throw. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
The catch and the touchdown, of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Daniels looking to throw. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. So 8 yards on the completion there, and 3rd and 8 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Escaping the pressure right. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd down and 1. Play action. It's Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Lawrence going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to add on to that lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. To the air goes Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw is Daniels. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Guerrero on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Clay. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Commanders will take over with a first and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Open man down the field. It's a tight end Senate. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 43. Now Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Jags to take over. Four-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Lawrence. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. We dominate today. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. To about the 26 here.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Here's Daniels. And now another one thrown incomplete.
So many times we've seen him. And do some legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run here with Bigsby. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Lawrence to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Hey, Ryan.
Second down and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Something we seen much of from him.
Up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Commanders have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Jaguars 24.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a pause for the injury, and that is as Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. This is 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Check. Bring it.
Lawrence. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Lawrence. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing now, Lawrence. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Back to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he's going to get this down near the 30. Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Jaguars. Will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Here comes second down at 5. They'll look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Leads to second and goal.
Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the kick goes through, and then the penalty, that will add some yardage to the upcoming kickoff.
And now you got a choice about how you want to proceed, because on the kickoff with the additional yardage, you game plan and just boot it high and make the kicking team return and try and pin them in deep, or you just go ahead and boot it through the opposite uprights and take the guaranteed touchback.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for them all afternoon. This defense is... The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the
They go play action now. Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now Lawrence. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. He's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up third and goal.
Bigsby. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. And now fourth down. What do you do?
And after being stuffed on that play, it puts a little doubt in the minds of a head coach who has the football, I'm sure.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and they got a solid outing here from their quarterback, Charles, and that's, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know how you play defense against a guy like this when he has the kind of game we just saw. He was responsible for 5 total touchdowns, 3 in the air, 2 more on the ground. That's getting it done.
So for Jacksonville, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the end.